We can get them numbers.
That's what we do. We say get in the fucking Twitch chat.
Get
So
in
we
the
can
fucking Twitch chat.
artificially increase our numbers.
Yeah.
It's not artificial. That's very literal.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. My name is Fencini. You are joining us here for another exciting episode of Shadow's Embrace. Joined with me are 5 lovely individuals that have all graced me with their Sunday evening. I'll go around real quick, introduce who we are, who we're playing. Let's start with Jesse. We'll go
Hello, my name is Jesse, and I have a cat.
One cat.
One cat who's a
Yes.
blob.
I didn't know you had animalism.
No.
That's my brand.
No. My name is Jesse. I play Khalees, who is the resident Banu Hakim and should never be trusted.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm here to have a good time.
So wait, am I supposed to stop trusting you? Is that what you're saying?
I like.
I figured.
I thought we had like a dynamic, and
I
all this
figured-
is really putting that in like a tizzy. And
I figured that
What about
since
Gehenna?
every single session that
about
I've introduced,
the end of the world.
every single session that I've introduced Khalees, I've told him I've told everyone that he's done nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just switching it up this time
Yeah.
Oh, reverse psychology. I get it.
Yeah.
because telling the truth seems to not work.
Sure.
Nate.
Ow!
The animalism ended.
Animalism ended with cat.
My name is Nate. I play Matt, the resident gangrel, who is trying to become a crime lord, and it's actually going pretty well.
That's very true. Shane.
I am Shane, also as Marine 1, and I'm playing Randuin. He's just kind of a wizard, but he can't be a wizard anymore, so he's trying to do anything he can to try and kind of be like that.
Julian.
Hello. I am Julian, the other half of Jackal and Hare, and tonight I will be playing Mikhail Gear, who is so excited to talk to other Thin Bloods. Honestly, I think he just wants friends who get him.
I like to imagine that some of the characters are just gonna drop him off at Thin Blood School. Be like, play nice with the other kids.
Have fun.
Do you have your
Thanks.
lunch? Do you have?
If any,
I put in a little extra blood bag in there for you, sweetie.
if any of the other Thin Bloods offer you blood from their pocket, don't take it.
Wait, you're not my
Don't
real
use
dad.
any needles if you don't know where they're from.
It's okay, I have my own needles.
Either way, I think it's exciting. So
Yes.
I'm very happy for you.
Very proud.
Very happy for you to have friends.
They're not my friends yet, but we'll see.
And last but certainly not least, Caleb.
Hello there, my name is Caleb Wade. I kind of represent Engel the Phoenix, and I will be playing Fiora, who is a new character to the coterie, and we'll just have to see what she is about.
Oh, that's not how I would have spelt it, but
Look, it's how it got sent to me, so
it is not how I would expect it to be spelled, but I like it.
Look, if you were to expect anything to be spelled, it would have lay somewhere in there in the title.
I'm surprised there's no accent over the O. For some reason, I feel like there should be one, but
I don't
it's a
think
nice
that-
name.
my typeset might not even have that if there was one, but there's
There
not.
was not one.
But hi. Fiora.
Exactly.
Fiora.
Fjorda.
We're going to Fjorda. Let's go.
Let's go to the Fjorda.
Let's go to the Fiora.
Let's be Fiora man.
My name is Fen, and you are joining us here for another exciting evening of the Shadow's Embrace, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle set in the fictional city of Amberville, off the coast of Oregon, not too far from Portland, which is a cause for concern for some people. Yo,
I
thanks,
don't like Oregon.
thanks for that. Thanks for that resub, real quick.
Everybody from Portland's a problem. so far.
Wow, according to the Proud
Just
Boys.
one person.
Alienate Don't alienate our Portland viewers.
Well, no, I mean like the characters in the story that we've met that are from Portland or that we know of, all of them are causing problems.
That's true.
But we dive in this evening as the coterie has made the return to their haven in the Port District. I think it had another name at some point, but I've blanked on it at this evening, where they own a warehouse, a well-furnished warehouse full of many things. After recovering a few individuals and returning them to Anarch territory as part of a effort to smooth over some of the damage done by another individual of their faction that is causing problems. And upon returning,
Something happens.
a character is missing, as it were. River, while you swear they came back with you all to the haven, are not there at the moment.
It's okay. We just gotta wait for them to load in and render.
Yeah, their sprite hasn't loaded in yet.
They don't have an SSD card.
Yeah, they gotta go load off the HDD. Yes. Question.
This is like, do I notice this right away,
Um,
or is it like something that we have to like?
Sense the unsane. Let's use it.
I would say you notice it after you guys all make your way like in through like the initial entryway where you have the security room off to the right, and as you guys are working into that main kind of lounge lobby area that you guys have used as kind of a base of operations of sorts. It's about there that you realize that you guys are short a member.
Okay. Having
A joke in there, but I lost it.
being a little surprised by this, but remembering something that happened about 3 days ago, I think that Randuin would probably try to sense the location of the bloodstone that he gave that still has like 3 or 4 days left on it.
Okay.
I don't remember how to actually do that. So
I
I'm gonna
believe
go
that
look it up.
is I think it's wits and auspex, but you may correct
Let me just
if
double
it's
check
not the
because I
case.
don't want to mess this up. Create bloodstone. The ritual results in a bloodstone, a magical a tracker with which the caster always knows the direction of. So I don't. Let's scroll through see if there's a system. Make no ritual roll until the vampire is staked. What? I'm reading the wrong thing. Okay.
I was like, whoa. Okay, I mean,
Okay, so I needed to make a ritual roll. I already did that. On a win, the caster attunes their mind to the bloodstone, and they can unerringly sense the direction and distance the stone is from them until the bloodstone is destroyed or a week has passed. That is also, Randuin is assuming that River took it with them, and I don't know if they did. So, it's like, Randuin follows the line straight to River's room.
I did roll forward, and I do have an answer for you.
Ah, damn.
Okay.
As you focus on the bloodstone itself, mind clearing and trying to try to follow that trace of magic, it's closer than you think. It leads you to their room, which has been emptied. And in one of the drawers is a bloodstone.
Fucking
Okay.
magical.
Yep, okay. Well, that defeats the purpose.
Yeah, bloodstones are not really that useful.
Funnily
No,
enough,
Randuin's gonna say that out loud.
funnily enough, fucking Andromeda figured that out too. In her brain, where she's like, "Oh, maybe I'll give them a bloodstone. Wait, they could just take the bloodstone out of their pocket, and then it's useless."
Well, it's like, I'm not trying to give it to anybody outside of their will. Like, I gave it to River and was like, if you want to take it with you, you can. It'll, like, help ease my worries. But it didn't happen. But what? What was that, Fen?
I don't have water.
I don't either. I just have
Get
alcohol.
water.
I,
Or drink enough alcohol for it to quench your thirst like it was water.
I don't have
I mean,
alcohol
it
either.
looks like water. It's just gin.
Alright. So, I'm just gonna, I guess I'll take it, and seeing this place is noticeably emptied, I'll walk out of the room while holding it, just kind of in my hands. Be like, hey guys, there's some fuckies going on.
As in, someone else was killed?
What? No, guys, come here. I'm gonna like walk out the hallway so that they can see me and try to like get their attention.
Mikhail will go over.
Same.
It's like, well, I noticed that River wasn't with us, so I tried to use the bloodstone that I gave them in order to figure out like if they like ran off on one of their missions again, or if maybe I just didn't see them or anything. And well, I found it, but also I found something else a little bit more concerning. And I'm gonna open the door and reveal that the room is like completely barren. It's just like furniture in there, nothing else. It's because you said it was all emptied, correct?
That's a really good magic trick. Khalees will be like, well, it seems that whatever River was planning to do, was doing with the sheriff, might have gotten a little bit more, might have gotten a little bit more serious.
Do we need to be worried about this?
I mean, I am.
I wouldn't.
Mikhail's kind of like halfway turning towards Rando and being like, do you want to set yourself on fire or should I set myself on fire? like not saying that, but like giving the look.
I do not think that we need to be so alarmed.
Nate, to catch up a little bit, Randuin was searching for the bloodstone, found it in a drawer in River's room that has been completely barren.
Yeah, Khalees is
Everything
going
is
to
barren.
lean back a little bit and we'll just say, Matt. You're going to have to... Well, I mean, I guess you'll just see for yourself.
You're gonna want to see this.
There's honestly not anything to see.
That's the problem, right?
What's not? Oh,
It appears that River has vacated the premises.
they were just here.
Or were they?
Yes, they were just here.
Perhaps you should get a hold of the sheriff. I know that River has been doing things for them. Perhaps that has gotten more serious.
Matt would immediately just call River.
Okay. You call River.
I'm guessing straight to voicemail.
Yep. No ringtone. You get the generic voicemail.
This is River Marlowe. I'm currently unavailable. If you could please leave your name and a brief message explaining why you called, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
I just guessing.
I call River a total of 3 times before I do call the sheriff.
Okay. The number for the sheriff rings once, twice, and he picks up. Hello?
Where's River?
I assume they chose not to tell you.
That would be correct.
Okay. I need some of their services in our lives in a way that bringing the whole quarter would be probably to more trouble than it's worth. And they need to do some black ops of sorts.
So they left in the literal middle of the night.
How they chose to exit was their own doing, and I'm sure that they had their reasons for it. I just offered them an opportunity, and seeing as I would like them to fulfill that as somebody with the skill set that they have, they elected to take it.
I see. The Anarch problem has been taken care of. And then I hang up.
Okay. You hang out.
What did you see?
With your elf eyes.
River's gone.
Well, we already kind of knew that.
They're working for the sheriff full-time now.
Wait, like... So you mean like gone? Not
Yes,
just
I
gone.
mean gone.
Not dead.
Well, no, it's not what I meant. But like, they're not coming back anytime soon. It's not like last time where they just left for like a month or two.
3 months, yes.
No.
Did the sheriff mention
No.
about replacing River?
It's about
Since-
that moment that you asked that question. That a buzzer hops on, and then the individual at the security station goes, "Someone at the door for you?"
Coming down. More like going up.
Depends on if it's River's personal quarters. You would be going up from the basement.
Yeah.
Basement.
Yes. That is true. Forget. It's backwards.
Mhm.
Going up now.
While they're going to like the actual door, I'm going to the quote unquote scrying machines to see if I can see who it is.
Yes.
Matt's gonna linger in River's room for a couple minutes.
Mhm.
If it is our new coterie member, I'll let them know that you will all meet them eventually. Off I go.
I think like when Mikhail realizes he's the only one left in the room with Matt, I think like
You can talk to Matt.
do I get the sense that Matt wants to be alone though?
You get the sense that Matt has lost perception of what is going on. Matt's far away.
Okay. I think Mikhail can register that, and he kind of pats you on the shoulder, kind of briefly kind of anchor you to this world, and he'll say, "We can talk about this when you need to." And he'll leave you.
Yeah, he like turns and watches Mikhail go, and then looks around the room for a second, and he'll leave and shut the door and walk up to the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mikhail was going up to the top floor, so
Okay.
Let them in.
So the door unlatches, and Caleb, if you would like to introduce your character.
Yes, Fiora is a 5'7" platinum blonde woman. Looks to be about early 30s. She is very well dressed, very high heels, and accompanying her is this taller, a bit more muscular woman clad in all black to contrast to
Sorry.
oh.
What happened?
I went to fix something and I broke it, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. Don't look at the stream. Don't look at the stream.
I broke something on the stream real quick.
Beside her is this sort of taller, brunette, muscular woman clad in all black with like her hair in like very, not intricate, but just braided up and out of her face. Fiora is kind of just standing there with a very nice and expensive person, like her smartphone on the other hand, like, "Oh, so you must be the coterie I was sent to meet. Hello there."
Khalees.
Fiora Valentine, nice to meet you. She extends a hand.
Do the scrying machines have audio, or am I just seeing these people talk to one another?
You just see mouths moving on these scrying machines.
This scrying machine sucks.
It's broken.
You see
The worst.
you see the door open. You see the two individuals that Caleb just talked about walk in. You see Khalees go to and introduce, and words are being mouthed, but you do not hear
Scared.
anything. And the individual at the station is just kind of looking at you, just not really sure what to do, just kind of sitting here.
As Randall was just like,
Yeah, essentially. He's just kind of like, okay.
My name is Khalees. And Khalees will kind of half turn. And welcome to our haven.
it is quaint.
It's meant to be. We're growing.
Indeed, you are. It seems to be you're the talk of the town, the person who took down Maximilian. That is rather intriguing.
That's not me. We all participated in our part, but the real person who took him down was Nate. Nate,
Nate
why
came
did I do
back
that again? This is wrong
I
with
just
us.
appear on the couch. What the fuck?
With a bloodied knife.
Why does this keep happening?
Was mad.
I was
He's
killing
cur-
people in D&D. Why is this here?
He's currently not. He's currently predisposed
Making
to
my way
one.
there at this point.
Making his
I
way
heard.
downtown, presumably walking fast, faces past, and he's homebound. And this is Mikhail.
Hello. He like half waves and then offers a hand. You know what he looks like. He's incredibly tall.
She shakes it with just this charming grin. Lovely to meet you, Fiora.
I presume.
Is that Scandinavian?
What?
Is that Scandinavian?
No.
Oh, must have spelled it wrong in my head. Sorry. Doesn't make that joke further.
I feel like at around this point Matt would show up.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, hello.
Please.
Hello there.
Let's have you not stand at the door for too long. Come, let us sit.
Thank you.
Um,
Tannis,
we
feel
know-
free to stand wherever you wish.
This is Fiora. This is
do
Matt.
I know Fiora?
You
Would
can make
you?
me a either wits or resolve in politics.
It has to be a politics.
Yeah, it has to be a
Probably.
politics. But
This woman seems very high up on the
She sounds like a Ventru.
a social ladder here.
Oh, resolve. Oh, and I actually have a point in politics.
When
Gasp.
when Randuin sees Fiora being like welcomed in, he'll be like, "Oh, okay, so they're not like it's not a situation," and he'll probably start slowly making his way down.
I like to imagine that Randuin just starts backing up.
guy just kind of looks and like the scene is just he focuses back in and then just Randy's not there and the guy at the door is just like, okay, right.
That's 2 successes.
Okay. I would definitely say that you have at least heard of Fiora in passing. I think it would also probably be pretty well known that Fiora is a Ventru.
Nice.
And,
Called it.
Nice one.
and that Fiora's done a fair amount of work, not directly with the previous Primogen, but in those circles. Not with any individuals that you guys have since linked with the Second Inquisition, but the Ventru world, as it were.
My brain was like, oh my god, who's her sire? Do we kill her sire? Oh shit.
That is not known.
Fiora, yes, I've encountered you in my files.
Yeah,
You
files
might-
on me. That is charming.
Maximilian had files on you. More of an inheritance.
Interesting. So you were the one that finally took down that pompous ass.
In the flesh. Please, let us sit.
Yes, let's.
To make a proper introduction, Matthew Rontag.
Fiora Valentin, it's lovely to meet you.
And Randuin is somewhere.
He's
Just
by
when
the
you
stairs.
say that, his head like peers around the corner. Like, somebody say my name.
Yes, Randuin, come welcome our guest.
Okay. So he'll just come out and be like, "Hello, I'm
Hello.
Randuin, SPG. You are?"
Fiora Valentin, it's lovely to meet you, Randuin.
I presume that you are here to take care of our vacancy.
Yes, the sheriff told me that you had a coterie member missing and that you all needed my expertise. So I'm here.
Well, I would love to know what your expertise entails.
Oh, this and that, corporate finance, PR management. Seems that this coterie has had a lot of high turnover, and it's troubling that the coterie that took down Maximilian hasn't really seemed to have used that fame in a certain direction. I'm here to make sure that we synergize what you all can do and make sure that the Camarilla doesn't look too close at all of you.
Well, fame is not something that a counter-spy or a counterintelligence coterie would be seeking, necessarily.
No, but notoriety can make sure that no one looks too deep.
God, I miss drinking right now.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. You can certainly try. Wits and I believe insight is another one.
I do appreciate the level of subtlety that a Ventru can gain or give any group of people, so I appreciate your presence.
3 successes. Oh no, 4, because that one's a 0, which is a 10. So
Okay.
4 successes.
4 successes. All right. Are you hiding anything? Miss
In
Fiora?
anything that you just said? No.
Okay. Everything that Fiora has just mentioned to you seems to be truthful. As truthful as Ventures really can get.
Which is just about as truthful as Banu Hakim can be. So
Mhm.
we're in good. We're.
Can't recognize the game.
Well, I presume that the sheriff has told you of what we are meant to be doing.
He mentioned it slightly, but I would love to hear all of your takes on it.
Well,
Don't
my
all start
take.
at once.
Well, my take is a little bit more delayed considering that I wasn't part of the original coterie where the asylum was destroyed. I believe that Matt, Mikhail, or Randuin might have better insight on that portion of the events.
It's such a shame that Asylum went up. I always love going to any of the Mormon Sisters clubs, and frankly, it is.
Not that kind of asylum.
A more
Yes, that kind of
literal
asylum,
asylum.
actually.
No, that
Was
Yeah.
it?
No, yeah,
It
it
was,
is
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I thought it actually had.
It was both.
Patients.
It
Okay.
was
It
both.
was both.
Yeah.
It was like the Therese Vorman type of asylum on the bottom, and then like a straight up asylum up top.
Yeah.
But
It
like
was-
specifically an asylum for children.
It
Yeah.
had more function than just a party location.
To assume that a party location doesn't have a function is rather naive on your part, but I agree to
No,
disagree.
secondary function rather.
Fair enough.
We are supposed to be doing counterintelligence on the Second Inquisition, whether that is misleading them so that less incidents like what happened at the asylum happen, and knowing when and where they're going to strike so that we can prevent it.
And what have you all done so far?
Oh, we haven't had a lot of time to start, to be fair.
I have sabotaged their supply lines, gathered information on their contacts in the city, built maps of their proposed areas of influence, and I believe Mikhail just recovered a intelligence drop of theirs.
There was a dead drop in neutral territory. Apparently, there is a Camarilla turncoat.
Interesting. Well, we better stuff them out as soon as possible.
Would be bad PR, wouldn't it?
More so, we could gain much more favor by doing so.
Either way, that's stuff that we have discovered. There are possible Sabbat members acting within the neutral territory that might cause some issues as well, but when are the Sabbat not acting out of turn?
Well, yes. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
You're right. You seem a little out of it.
We had a long day.
It's almost morning.
Yes, it's well, what? Oh, okay.
Matt just starts breaking things.
Something just fell off my wall.
What the heck?
Whoa.
Nate bolts out the front door off in the night, trying to get away.
Straight up.
I think like Nate being a piece, like a human that's just we accidentally say all the time, is gonna be the combos joke in Quiet.
Pretty much.
This is our combos bit.
Can we get sponsored by Nate?
I mean, he did just sub.
It approves
Yeah.
this message. Yes, we've been busy. Pardon me, the sheriff, did he send you with any sort of information or tasks?
No, he just told me that your coterie needed my expertise, and so I am here.
We're just a little still trying to let it sink in that River is now gone and that you're coming in because we just found out
That's
like literally
the-
5
okay.
minutes ago.
Regardless,
And along with that, like a lot has happened tonight already.
regardless, we are ready and willing to accept you into our coterie, and as such, you will have a place here in the Haven, as well as premium access to the local blood farm up north.
That is lovely. However, it is getting late, so would you mind if I set up shop tomorrow night? Because if this is the same night.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
would be.
We're getting pretty.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, day sleep will be hitting us just soon, so.
Indeed. Tanis, darling, could you get the car, please?
She nods and then steps out.
Please,
Yes,
can I talk to you before sunrise?
of course.
I figure,
Privately, I assume.
yes, preferably.
Of course.
Well, I am excited to start this new venture with all of you, and I can't wait to see what all of you can do. And Fiora just sort of like puts her phone in her bag, and she sort of starts to stand.
Please, if you can, ask the front desk for the keys. That way you'll have easier access to get in.
Thank you so much for that little tip, but I will be sure to ask him. It was lovely meeting you all, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Good evening.
Good evening.
And she turns to leave.
Once that door closes, Khalees is going to shake his head. Then true.
And I'm gonna say out loud, why does she talk like she's working at a store?
Mikhail doesn't say anything because the venture that he has encountered didn't speak very nicely to him, so he's just kind of keeping his own thoughts to himself.
Well,
If she ends up being rude to you, we'll take care of that. She's part of our coterie, and so she has to follow our tenets.
Right. I suppose you should have your conversation. And he kind of gestures to Matt before.
All right, Matt. Let's go into a private area
Yeah.
and have a duel of the minds, if you will.
Yeah, I figure we probably have like some random side rooms in the Haven.
It's a warehouse. It's slowly getting partitioned off into various things like training room, probably library. There's a lab already. I'm gonna invest more points into it. Don't worry about it. It'll get better.
yeah.
Speaking of which, Randuin's gonna go in the training room and just stab something for a few hours until day sleep comes around.
Well, I mean, I think they sleep sooner than
Day
that.
sleep is literally probably like around the corner, to be fair.
Oh
So
man.
Just like
Then
get
never mind.
5 good stabs before you start to get tired. Like, man, I want to get 6.
sleepy time. All right. What seems to be the problem?
I owe you an apology.
Apology accepted.
Great.
Damn.
That's
I'm
it,
glad-
bro.
I'm glad it was that easy. I also have a proposal for you. I have been duped by your enemy, and in my opinion, that makes them a common enemy. She is certainly my enemy. Whether your particular hatred is welcome to company is your own choice, but in my new position, the indignity done to me tonight demands some sort of a response. And I intend to have a discussion with what's the name of the primogen I met?
Ryong.
Ryong?
Rion.
R-Y-O-N-G. Ryong.
Ryong.
Yes.
And considering your history and my wishes that as two of the people with the two people with the most experience as kindred, and
I don't know if
It
that's
appears.
necessarily true right now. I don't know if that's true. 100% now.
you speak of Fiora.
Of course I do.
I'm going to save myself the headache of considering her spiderweb of factors until morning.
Probably a good idea.
Point being,
Let me
I-
be a little bit honest with you. Some primogens, well, some clans, are a little bit easier to deal with than others because their desires and their needs are a little bit more straightforward. The reason why you don't trust me is because by nature my clan is not very trustworthy. It's just how we live and breathe. As far as Tremiers are concerned, they're not as very straightforward. And they're shrouded in a lot more subterfuge.
noticed.
What they do, I cannot say, or at least what this Rion wants to do, I cannot say right now. But in responding to this admittedly childish act, would only be adding fuel to the flame and possibly put a detriment to your rise to power. She has been doing this a lot longer than both of us have. And my advice would be to wait.
Wait for what?
The right time. Sort of like how you've been waiting for centuries and centuries for the right time.
And I am terribly tired of it, but I will listen to your advice.
Considering that she's willing to put us all at risk of being Anarch targets or to arrange things in such a way that would make the Camarilla distrust us. That is not what's going to make us survive. So we need to be very careful with her. If anything, what would be more frustrating is to act like she did nothing to us. Because at the end of the day, she didn't.
I don't like treating her like a play-yard bully. I'll do it.
I'm not saying ignore her. I'm just saying act like what she did not bother you. In fact, you can thank her.
That does give me an idea.
But we do not attack her. Not yet. I would not like to see Randuin or Mikhail hurt by elder antics.
Matt's fist kind of clenches at that one.
Do you understand?
I do,
Fantastic.
and I agree.
Let's worry about our spider web tomorrow.
You know, it would have been nice to have 5 minutes, you know, to just notice the absence. There's no great speech here. Everything's been happening so fast and it's just exhausting.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that Fio is going to move into River's space. It's too small for her taste.
Oh, yes, I would guess that she'll be one of the first in one of the top floor rooms.
And I will make sure that it is prepared, at least to a certain extent, in a welcoming way.
Yes, no reason to make her feel unwelcome.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't done anything even mildly annoying yet, which disturbs me.
When was the last time you were in close contact with a Ventru for a very long time?
I
You know
ate
when
him.
I fucking ate him.
I was about to say,
I think right now counts.
Yes.
Maximilian's like, you damn right, bitch. As he floats in your brain space.
Yes.
Maximilian's sitting on a brain couch watching Looney Tunes reruns. What?
Yes.
What have you
sorry.
done to me?
I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes they stay quiet, sometimes they don't.
He's been courteous. I didn't even know he was there until he started talking.
He's always going to be there.
Wait, he doesn't go away.
Oh, Matt.
I avoided this for 800
The
years.
title card just goes over the screen.
Shadows embrace.
It's gonna be fine.
Just
It's not
just
gonna be
Agents of
there
S.H.I.E.L.D.
all the
style.
time.
Just-
The gang deals with Max being there all the time.
Oh, Matt.
He's like a mascot now.
If you want to learn more about Diablerie, I will teach you. But not now. Day sleep.
Matt Scott.
Day sleep. Sleep awaits.
Matt Scott.
You both find your way to your own chambers for the death that is the daylight and the day sleep to take you. When you all arise the next evening, barring any more conversations pre-sleep, I would like a hunger roll from everyone as a new night is upon us.
Oh God, I'm already hungry.
Is it good
Success.
or bad to roll a 10? 'Cause
Good.
It is on a
It doesn't give you any less hunger.
No.
You know, it just means you're not hungrier.
Yes.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like because it's on a hunger die. Normally a 10 on a hunger die is bad. So just want to make sure.
It's a mixed blessing.
I mean, getting a critical is fine.
Yeah.
I pass. I'm not hungry.
I passed as well.
I'm
I
good.
also
But I'm still at 3 hunger.
Awesome. So, some of us should feed. Some of us.
Working on that. Just very elaborately working on things.
Could I make a blush of life roll, please?
Sure.
Rouse it again.
Good.
Okay. You rouse the blood in order to feign the existence of mortality.
Ooh, is that like your thing? Like you just have to have that all the time?
Who knows?
Look
Yeah.
at you being all smug because we don't know your secrets. This is why you change characters. You just don't want us to know what you can do.
To be fair, we didn't know what River was doing with the sheriff
I
anyway.
don't know what she was doing with the sheriff either. Like, so there, Caleb likes secrets.
Caleb does like secrets.
Let
That's okay.
me who?
But as you all awake,
I love me a scheme.
You scheming bitch. Sorry, what?
with the beasts firmly in whatever cage they currently reside in, for some, locked away very tightly. Others, the cage is still echoing in the rattles from last night. You all come to wake and be. Mikhail, you have a text from an unknown number that simply states...
Friendship. Friendship is blood.
Do you think koalas could live on the moon?
You actually have two texts now that I think about it.
Friendship is blood magic?
You have friendship is blood magic.
That's one from Gary.
This one from Gary. One is from an unknown number, and it simply says, "Here's." It gives you an address and goes, "We meet here on Fridays."
What's today?
For convenience sake, we could say it's Friday.
Thank God for Fridays.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Okay,
Do
cool.
they
And
meet
then
at
you
TGI
have-
Fridays?
You have one.
Better than Denny's.
You know,
also
I-
one from
We all know that Waffle House is where all the vampires meet, though, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Denny's is an Elysium.
Denny's
parking
is
lot-
the Elysium.
But the Denny's parking lot is a PvP enabled zone.
The building is in Elysium. The parking lot is in neutral territory.
And you also get one from your brother,
Okay.
which that one states, it gives a set of geographical coordinates, how many degrees north and west or what the heck that is, and it says, check here in a little while, another dead drop. They're gonna, basically, the SI is gonna do another dead drop here soon.
Okay. He says thanks to his brother, and then we're presuming that he's going to delete that text shortly after. Now
Yes.
that he knows that it's been read,
Yep.
he just asks birthday present ideas for Haddad to kind of just have conversation
Mhm.
on the side there.
Mhm.
And then to the other unknown number, he gives a thumbs up emoji and will say, "See you there."
And then
I I had something I actually wanted to do that, for dramatic sake, I'd like to knock on Mikhail's door at that exact moment.
Mhm.
Which is funny because he's already been up for an hour.
Thin bloods.
Yeah, thin bloods.
Thin bloods.
Thin bloods. They just.
Yeah. So
Come in. Okay, he pockets his phone.
Matt opens the door.
I need to see your phone.
For what?
I need to make sure it's secure.
Oh, you're worried about that.
Yes.
It should be all
I don't-
right. And he stands up and he kind of goes over to I don't know. Do they have like a small desk or whatever?
sure, yeah.
You can have whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is your place.
And
You had
Why
time
did
to set it
Why
up.
did I just look over at the Twitch chat and read IHOP is Sabat?
Because it is.
Because it is. I Sabat.
I suppose.
But he kind of pops open the phone case, and as he's doing this, he'll say, "I've been considering a lot of things in regards to security. Some to do with the Camarilla and some to do with others, but I have some friends that deal in tech." And when he pops open the back of his iPhone, you see a modification to his SIM card. And it'll say, "I know a bit about what First Light does, and I have ways to avoid it."
How do you... First of all, nice. Second of all, how do you know about what First Light does?
You talk to enough kindred in the area. We've been gone for 2 months. If
Yeah,
we're
all right.
worried about counterintelligence, that is probably our foremost issue, which is security. And he kind of clicks the back of his phone back on.
Is
If you have more resources to kind of combat these things, then I'd appreciate it.
I mean, I'm gonna see about working on the Wi-Fi. No.
is the Kindred line true? Out of game.
You can make me a wits and insight. Either wits and insight or wits and politics to determine the truthfulness of that.
I'll go wits insight.
Okay.
Fuck the International House of Set.
That's gonna
They
be
still
another
have
two
all the
successes.
syrups.
2 successes.
Oh my god.
Mikhail, are you not being fully truthful with that line about talking to enough kindred over 2 months?
I mean, I presume over the past 2 months, that is probably the most he has had the ability to talk to anybody.
Yes.
Given how constrictive the coterie has been.
Yes.
So I think in his dire attempts to make friends.
I think it's really funny because I imagine it's like River went to do like the thing with the sheriff, and Matt went to explore files upon files.
And Mikhail's like, I can't do anything.
And Khalees is just like, "You're in charge, Khalees." And Khalees is like, "All right, don't die. Come back by day sleep."
And Mikhail's just like, gosh darn it, I feel so constricted.
So
And Random's like, "Hey, you want to learn how to make people bleed from a distance?"
They just
yes,
learn-
but
they learn-
after I talked to some people.
and so like Randuin and Mikhail just like learned without any supervision how to be kindred. And Khalees is like, "What'd you learn today?" "Fantastic. Keep going." I'm gonna go
Love
to bed
it.
now.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm
So-
going to sleep.
You're
So I
doing
will-
amazing, sweetie.
So I will say, Fen, depending on my 3 in charisma and my 3 in streetwise, would I have found someone who would talk to me about
Yes, you would.
things?
The reason I
So-
bring up the idea of talking to a kindred about it is because you also have a brother who works with First Light, who would probably also give you.
Are you trying to Are you trying to hide that part? is
Yeah,
really
that's
what
more
Ben
like-
is trying to figure
yeah.
out.
Because you could equally learn probably most of this much faster by interacting with your brother every now and then over the past 2 months.
Sure, but it's always good to cross compare
Yes,
information.
and that's correct.
So I would say it is. Make me roll for it.
Yes. I would
Is
agree.
this gonna be a manipulation and subterfuge?
I think so. Or composure, like because you're trying to hold your bearing.
Okay, composure is actually better for me. So,
Because it's more just, I wouldn't say you're trying to outwardly lie to him. You're just trying to withhold some of the truth of how you came across the information.
yes.
Khaleesi's wine mom.
That's 3 successes, 110, no crits.
Okay. So and then you had 2, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as you can tell, seems to be truthful. Nothing says, hey, he got this elsewhere. It seems legit, like he talked to some other kindred. You have been gone for a while. You guys have been doing your own things for the past few months. So you've had a bit
He has been getting very techie lately with all the weird science shit. So why not get into technology while you're at it?
Yeah.
Matt's just standing there and he's like looking at you and he like squints at you. And then he goes,
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
good job. And he like good naturedly pats you on the shoulder. He's like, I'll go check in with Randuin then.
Mikhail is the reason why Randuin doesn't have a panic attack anytime he sees buttons.
What do all these buttons? Ow! What do they do? This one press. This one
it's
is
okay.
the number 1. What does that even mean?
And I'm gonna say that by the time you come to my door, I will have already like started doing my thing. So basically, when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna take the necklace that I've been wearing this whole just the whole time. I'm gonna be taking the bottle off of it and putting it inside of a chest in my room, and I'm gonna take another jar and I'm gonna crush the bloodstone that I had that I gave to River and put it in the jar and replace the necklace with it. And then just around the point when I start going to walk out the door is probably when Matt would show up.
You open the door and Matt's just like, hey.
Good night.
Good night. You still don't have a phone, right?
No.
All right.
I haven't taken the time to go get one.
Matt just walks
I-
away.
That's the thing I broke, right?
Yeah, that's the thing you
Do I-
broke.
Do I like really need it? Is it helpful?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I get one?
I got it. It's fine. I've got you.
It's called Boost Mobile.
Okay, cool then. Lead the way, I guess.
Metro PCS. It's really great.
Ting, you only pay for what you need with Ting.
Yeah, can we get a Ting sponsorship up in here?
Honestly, though.
Can we get a Mint Mobile sponsorship?
I don't know.
Cricket.
Hey, Matt like looks at Khaleesi. He's like, "No, you're too suspicious. Your phone's fine." And then he like walks up to the front desk and grabs the landline and dials Charles.
Yes, sir.
Charles, I'm gonna need 2 secure handsets delivered to the Haven. Clone one of them to my backup.
2 secure handsets, 1 cloned to a backup. Do you have a preference of model, generation, or color, sir?
Randuin, what color do you want your phone to be?
Either blue or red, please.
Make it red. One red iPhone.
iPhone 12.
Right, sir.
The other, I don't. Surprise me on the other one.
I will make
Rose
sure
gold,
you
yes, sir.
regret you said that, sir.
Roscoe. What?
Yes. Unicorn
I
pink.
expect nothing less.
Is that also?
bring one of the black SUVs. We're gonna need to travel under the radar, but intimidatingly.
Very good, sir.
That'll be all. Thank you, Charles.
Of course, sir.
I wonder if I look up like intimidating SUVs.
Today on
Well,
things we didn't need to know, we needed to add to our Google search.
SUVs with a negative energy.
top Google search: 15 of the biggest, meanest SUVs and 5 of the wimpiest.
Is the Denali one of them for the wimpiest?
I'm gonna scroll all the way down to the first number 1.
They're just like bricks that move.
They are.
Wait.
Those are like the Aztecs.
Yup.
The Mercedes G63 AMG 6x6. This looks like a Hummer made sex with like.
Are we talking like big
fucking
PP
Jeep.
SUV energy? Like, what are we talking about?
No. This is
Oh.
small PP SUV energy.
Oh, small PP.
Because you're
Okay.
trying to be intimidating.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
overconfident.
Anyway,
Look at this bitch.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my friends.
Cadillac Escalade is number 2 though, so.
Oh, that does look stupid.
And
That looks
the
like
Nissan
something that Matt would
Murano.
drive. They would put a brush guard on it though.
Which one? Wait, which one looks like my car?
It's in the chat.
It's in the group chat.
That
Okay.
with a brush guard.
Oh my god!
This bitch has cost $525,000.
Mercedes are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway,
and the German car.
Anyway.
I just wanted to have a specific car because I know Fen likes cars.
Thank you. But I think shortly before Charles arrives, another car pulls up. What kind of models does Fiora like to keep around?
oh,
Late model, flashy stuff?
I think honestly, I think Fiora is like a sleek, classic model kind of person. Like it. She rides around in style, but it's not modern.
Right. So your antiques, maybe?
Kinda, yeah.
Or some of my personal favorites, resto mods are a big of this line where they are, but the body is still the old, nice, classic vintage look, but the under the hood is a little newer.
Probably that.
Okay. So I would assume you stick to mostly 2 doors.
Yes.
Okay. I would say that you
Flashbacks
probably.
to my Buffy game.
Mhm. Yeah, and your fucking 4-door Mustang.
Shut up! I tried very hard over 4 weeks to get that out of my mind.
I'm dragging it back up because you were like, yes, 4-door Mustang. That definitely exists.
Oh, don't worry, Mitch.
Oh my god,
reminds me
is that something that you said
That is
out
something
loud?
that Caleb unabashedly said out loud on
I
a.
want to have fun.
What did
Okay.
you say?
And I.
4-door Mustang, 4-door Mustang.
4-door Mustang.
No, I'm leaving.
No.
I'm gonna be rolling out. My buddy's driving his 4-door Mustang. I'm driving my topless Nissan Cube.
Nissan.
No, but a nice, well maintained, with the fresh coat of paint. Definitely looks like it's been worked on. What's the name of this one?
That'll make me feel better after making fun of me.
No,
Don't patronize me like that.
I'm not patronizing you.
No, I mean Jesse.
Oh.
I'm the gay that drives, so that's why I know.
Mm.
Julian's the gay that cooks.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know that it's a kind of a sin of a statement to make, is because one of my friends is obsessed with Mustangs. That so much so that it's hard to have longer than an hour-long conversation with them without them bringing it up, because they just recently got one.
Hi, if you're new to the channel, I unabashedly have a very big soft spot in my heart for cars. To the point where I will, in fact, unabashedly harass somebody else if they say something as blasphemous as four-door Mustang.
I'm so mad.
You see how people treat me in the stream, Dan? Like,
in the first session of my current long-running campaign, they're in a town where everything's supposed to be weird and off, and I was like, what's a build of car that even a lot of normies know who don't speak car? And I'm like, a Firebird. I'm gonna pick a model year for a Firebird.
Nobody knows Firebirds. Are you kidding me?
Doesn't exist.
I know Firebirds. Fuck you. It's one of the few cards I do know.
Do know that?
As an 80s kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah,
you were an 80s kid, though.
They're driving a 2010 Pontiac Firebird, and everyone's just like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, no, that car doesn't exist.
No. No, I was like Platt and his fucking Firebird Trans Am, whatever the fuck that became.
the ever-shifting car.
Yes.
It's like,
Okay,
so...
we're getting too off topic.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Venture shows
Yeah,
up in a
Venture shows up
car.
in a fancy resto mod. We're moving on. With Tannis behind the wheel.
I imagine that in the time that Matt took to talk to Randuin, order a new phone, checking in on Khalees for 5 seconds, Mikhail's like, okay, it's Friday. I'm gonna go out and leave. We don't have any missions to worry about. He's getting on his leather coat. He's ready to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Do we notice Mikhail like getting ready to leave?
I think so.
I mean, I do.
I believe
Mikhail
Chris
leaves-
certainly does.
Why are
Mikhail
you wearing
leaves-
your outside leather coat?
Mikhail goes outside all the time.
Yeah.
I know it's very hard for tall people of that stature to go outside, but he does do it sometimes.
The doors aren't built for him.
No, he has to duck under.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Oh, kind of, he pauses in the middle of kind of like making sure that he has a certain illicit drug that he got from a friend of
Alibi?
his. No, that the drug that he got from Gary, the homeless guy, last time.
Yeah, I don't mean to pry. It's just that last night you kind of just like left without saying anything, and I think it's good to keep tabs on everybody.
Yeah, I didn't want Khalees just rushing off. And it kind of goes over to you, and he kind of leans over and he's like, I don't know if you heard amongst all the tension the night prior, but I met another Thin Blood.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they gather and, well, hang out, I suppose.
So you're gonna go meet with them, I guess?
I would like to, yes.
Let me know if any of them want to volunteer for our research.
Amber did make mention that they do cross-compare research. I'll see if anyone is interested in your level.
Schedule that conversation to tomorrow night around 10 o'clock. Is that okay?
Did you say that to him?
It's Fiora walking.
It's
in
on the
talking.
phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's marvelous. Thank you so much, darling. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Have fun with your new coterie member. Is it he pats Randuin?
Mikhail,
All right.
have a good time at the Blood Support Group. Be safe.
Oh, really quick before you go, Mikhail, can I get your and I look down at a note card, phone number.
He's just like, oh, are you getting a new phone?
Apparently.
Yes.
And kind of he like,
Huh?
Randuin. Randuin wasn't as fond of technology until recently.
Gotcha. Well, welcome to the
Fond
modern
is
age.
kind of a strong term, but I can use it now, more or less.
Small steps. And he pats you on the shoulder. But yeah, I'll give you my number. It's fine. Do you want to now or after you have the phone so you can put it in the address list?
Well, I think it'd be better if I got it now since you're going to be gone anyway. Like,
You're going to be. Where are you, if I may ask? Where are you going?
He looks over to you and he'll kind of look off to the side. I've connected with some other Finbirds, so going to catch up.
Oh, so you're networking. Lovely.
One could say that, yes.
Well, good luck.
wait,
Don't
I
die
heard
out
somebody
there.
say that word once. What?
It-
Networking means multiple things, Randuin.
Wait,
Yes.
so like you're building a net?
Of social network.
Metaphorically?
Yes.
Yes, that's pretty.
You
That's
got it.
Oh,
actually.
it's a metaphor. That makes sense. Okay.
And then, like, I imagine that Mikhail always has some sort of small sketch pad, like, tucked into, like, the inner pocket of his coat.
Mhm.
He'll pull out a small piece of paper, write down his phone number. He gives it to Randuin. He doesn't think Randuin's going to get the phone today, but could be surprised. But
Thank you. Have fun meeting your new friends, and remember to ask the questions. It's important.
I know. I will. I'll just make sure everyone's safe.
Yes, that's also a really good idea.
He paps you again, and he's gonna head off unless anyone else has anything to say about it.
All right.
George just gonna give a smile.
Well, that seems settled. Fiora, let me give you the tour.
Of course.
And I give Fiora the tour.
A montage of scenes as Matt shows and cases the warehouse in its form or function over form styling.
It's function over form right now, but it does have a pretty cool laboratory.
It does.
This
Flow
is the
Ride is
lab
welcome to my
corner.
house plays in the background.
This is the punching corner. This is the sleeping corner, and this is the surveillance corner. Now you know where everything is.
Randuin learned a new word: surveillance.
No,
I thought you were
was-
gonna say corner.
I was
Okay.
out of character.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. No, I was just making a joke at the fact that it's one
Randuin?
huge room, which is.
When did you learn the word corner?
No, but
No.
if you're given the lay of the land, as it were, of the warehouse that is the Coteries Haven. Most of the rooms seem to be in the basement for personal quarters. There are some other ones that are upstairs that are both kind of more just unused rooms. Could be converted. So.
I believe one of the upstairs rooms will be more my speed. I can set up my office, set up my sort of base of operations while I'm here, you know?
Excellent. Do you have anything you need help getting moved over?
No, I'm sure Tanis can handle it.
All right. Well, usually next we will have a meeting as a group to figure out where the night is going to take us.
But it seems one of your group is missing. Sorry, our group. I haven't been
Yeah.
in a coterie for a very long time. It's still a little weird for me.
He's not
I-
missing. He just left.
I know the feeling, but we perform a little in more of an eclectic manner, and we're going to have to find some maneuver to make, reduced capacity nonetheless. But I believe, if I recall properly, it should be pretty simple. Randuin, do you still have that address we needed to check on?
Oh, of course. But I'm not sure we should do that while we're down a person. Plus, we also don't You might want to dig more into it, but I can give you the address. It's 7220 Ridgewater Street. It's into neutral territory, so you also need to be rude.
Would I know anything or any rumblings
Hmm.
on that address?
No. I would say you can make me a intelligence or wit and politics or finance.
They are literally all the same role.
And take your pick, and we'll go off that.
Yeah.
However the aesthetic you want to
Yeah.
be.
I'll do intelligence politics.
Okay.
Also, Matt, we do want to be
It'll be-
extra careful when we do that. Working around mages, especially powerful ones, can be dangerous.
Okay. It is.
After all, they can make your blood boil inside your own bodies.
It's true,
Wow.
I've done it.
What?
Yes,
Would you
the
do that
warlocks
to?
are not to be underestimated.
Reading a novel.
Let's just say there was a lot of shenanigans I've been up to in my past.
With the three, I would say you were able to know that Ridgewater Street for a time was a bit of a rough spot for the kindred as a whole. Nobody could really seem to keep a hold of that section back when the fighting was more open and there wasn't so much of a stalemate and understanding had been reached between the Anarchs and the Camarilla. And you know that a lot of the more elder kindred, at least on the Camarilla side of things, kind of treat Ridgewater Street with some reverence. Like there is something there that is not to be messed with. And that's about
That's
all.
certainly interesting, seeing as how no one could really keep their hands on that territory for a time. And if someone's there, that's a bit concerning to some of the older kindred in the Camarilla.
To be fair, we don't know who exactly is there.
All the more reason to find out.
I have a feeling that if there is anything of substance there, it very likely is not kindred.
Do you have any hypotheses as to who it might be?
I mean, a mage gave us the address. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a place that mages were at.
A mage? That's festive. That's interesting.
Why do I feel like everything I say I should regret saying right after when you're like, that's interesting?
And true.
Was that normal? Am I supposed to feel that way? It's very concerning.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to concerning or yes to I should feel that way?
Yes.
Fucking rip.
I wouldn't worry too much about it, Randuin. I am part of your coterie now, and we are meant to all work together. So, if...
Oh, I didn't mean in reference to you. I just mean in general.
Fair enough.
Police will like sort of half turn in his seat to kind of look at the group and say, curious though, if a mage did give whoever is running the shop at this location, if it is a shop of some sort, they gave you the paper because they wanted to create some sort of, I don't know, relationship. A relationship that we can take advantage of.
I still can't help but feel like this message wasn't meant for me, but...
Who else would it have been meant for if it wasn't handed directly to you?
Well, to be fair, that mage had been following Mikhail for a while before I saw them.
Or could have been following the group.
I mean,
Was Mikhail with your group at the time?
the time that I found them, yes. The first time that Mikhail saw them, no. Mikhail was by himself.
I
Well,
see.
it sounds like we should definitely wait until he gets back.
Well, he's going. Chances are he's probably going to be going through neutral territory in order to meet some of these thin bloods. So If anything, that person that's trying to find him or contact him would probably contact him again.
We could always use our phones when we get them to be like, hey, text us when everything's fine or whatever.
He's learned so much.
He's learned so much.
He knows how to
about
text.
Matt
I
reaches
only know
into
the term text because you text people all the time around Randuin.
Matt reaches into his pocket
It's
and he
true.
pulls out a little sheet which has Gwen written on the back and pulls off a gold star sticker and sticks it to Randuin.
Well, that's a bit patronizing, don't you think?
I do like
That's our
stars.
whole dynamic,
So
bud.
if we
Where
are
have
not
you
going
been?
to check out this location without Mikhail, what are we going to do?
Well, apparently Khalees is going to put a Sense and Sensibility book jacket on a Harlequin romance novel again. But I was figuring we might do some digital spying.
Considering that using computers is always going to be a risk, all things considered, I could always get you a hold of some of my Banu Hakim contacts. They do have a very good ability of navigating around the treacherous internet with the Second Inquisition watching.
Do we have any modern atlases? We could see if there's any information on that address.
I love
can
him
see
so
if
much.
I have someone as well, and then maybe we could exchange contacts. Potentially.
Perhaps. Either way, there are definitely some technical know-how individuals. Viz is also another one, all things considered. Very, very smart with the computers
And the cars.
Oh,
and the vehicles.
we should check up on him and see how he's healing up. Last time we saw him, he wasn't doing too hot.
Yes, a crazed bloodhound tried to diablerize him in the street, if I recall properly.
Mm-hmm.
Would Fiora know of Viz?
I think Fiora would know Viz, if nowhere else, at least by the recent blood hunt.
I feel like most people would know of Viz.
Most people at least know of him.
Viz. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, who's Viz?
Mhm.
Who's that
You
guy?
at least know of him. He's a Nos, you know that much. You know that
He's normally super chill, but right now he's coming at you like a badass.
What did you do?
Hard to get a hold of from what you can tell. You knew that he was involved in the latest blood hunt when things went south between him and another kindred named Lorum, but also has later also been referenced by as some people, specifically the prince, as Rosamunda, which was then diablerized by a member of this coterie, though details on that are murky.
That's right, that whole blood hunt mess. Didn't
Mess
one
is a
of,
very accurate way of describing
didn't one of you take care of Rosamunda or whatever her name was?
Yes, one of us did.
Yes.
Actually,
Oh, would you look at that? Charles is here, and I go up.
Oh, good! And I fall.
Give him his goddamn phone!
actually, I do have a question.
Yeah.
As a venturer, I presume that you are very well familiar with the politicking around your clan. What is your opinion of the Portland Primogen?
Well, I've certainly never met him, but if I were to, I would probably systematically see where any faults are. Just to see, if he's got everything in tip-top shape.
Randuin overhear this while he's following Matt out the room.
Sure.
Because if so, he's gonna audibly be like, "Oh my god!"
Audibly gasp.
You sound like one of my family's auditors. Very, very thorough.
Can I say I'm good at my job?
Well, either way, I don't know if you've heard. The Portland Primogen might not be on the up and up. I mean,
How naughty of him. Well, if I do get to meet him and he does run afoul of this coterie, perhaps we could bring a little bit of punishment his way. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Properly sanctioned, of course.
Technically has already run afoul of members of this coterie, though they are no longer with us.
My. Seems this whole blood hunt business gained a bit more attention on all of you. Or at least surrounding all of you.
At the very least, there's a lot more eyes on, well, Matt.
I see. And he inherited all of Maximilian's?
Millions.
Yes. I mean, considering that we also killed all of his Ventru.
Theo's still alive.
I mean, not Theo, but like the individuals that were vying for his fortunes. They're kind of no longer with us either. So makes sense for Matt to have him.
Gotcha. I'll have to see if he'll let me peer into those files Maximilian had. I want to see what he said about me. And others, of course, but I mean...
Matt spent the last 2 months pouring through files. Perhaps he's read yours already.
And perhaps the second set of eyes is just what he needs. We'll just have to see.
So,
Snaps book closed. Let's go.
Matt, you said you,
So, as
we're getting... How does this thing work?
Matt, Randuin, and Charles stand in the front entryway. Charles has handed out 2 cell phones, and a red iPhone is placed into your hands, Randuin. You hit one of the
Press
buttons.
A to use iPhone.
I touch it with my other hand.
A screen lights up where once was this dark black slate.
So, because the reason why I'm particularly... I mean, I'm probably going to have to make a roll for this anyway, but doesn't Mikhail use a flip phone?
Mikhail use a flip
No.
phone?
No, he has a smartphone.
Oh, this whole time I thought you were using a flip phone, so I thought this was going to be
No.
like a whole nother beast.
That's
Oh.
that's Darian. Darian uses the Nokia phone.
Okay. So would that just be a general, like,
And to this day, in 2020, it out-survived him. No.
would this be like
It might.
intelligence technology or composure technology?
I'd say intelligence. Intelligence technology.
Okay.
I need to know what kind of phone Charles gave me.
You also received a iPhone 12.
Does it have
in,
ocean patterns?
in gray, a slate gray coloring. Unless you
that
prefer.
surprised me.
Unless you prefer something more flashy.
No, this is good. This is
Wanted the unicorn pink, damn it.
He then kind of pulls out the backup phone that you asked for, and it is this hot neon pink. Your backup.
Nah.
I don't pay you enough.
And I
You
slip
don't,
the
sir.
charcoal gray one into my phone or my pocket.
You shove the charcoal gray
I
phone
think
into
that
your
this
phone.
is a sign. Because I think, if I'm reading this right, it's if you have 4 10s, how many successes is that?
8 successes. Because you
It
have.
depends on where are there tens in the hunger dice.
There are
Yeah.
not. The
Okay.
only die that isn't a success is the hunger die.
Okay, then you're good.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And you
That's
just
why I'm like, this is a sign that I need to spend XP to get rid of this.
No.
Holy cow. Apparently I'm really good with this phone
And
in
it-
comparison to the last one.
Well, this is also a different circumstance than when you used the last phone. It wasn't your dad calling you this time around, and also you've had plenty of time to rather learn and understand with Mikhail and other people over the past few months how a phone works, what you're supposed to do with it, and it kind of takes a little bit of awkwardness at first trying to get it the feel for actually using it over just kind of watching and maybe messing with it. But it comes as natural as it can. And pretty soon you've got a pretty good idea of how this phone is supposed to work.
Okay.
Kill, why is there a lady trapped in my phone?
Who is this? Who is this Cortana? Why is
We
she
have
in
to
an
get her
Apple
out of
device?
there.
It's
We need to free Siri.
I was about to say.
What is this Google?
It's your Lord and Savior, unfortunately.
You hear it in the back of your mind.
No, just Charles. It's your Lord and Savior, unfortunately.
I'm gonna Google what is Google.
Oh no!
Do you want the answer to that?
Gehenna starts. Let's just say it right now. Gehenna starts.
River Marlowe found dead in a ditch.
Oh no!
Um,
Randon's gonna spend like 30 minutes probably just messing
Google
with the phone.
LLC
half
is an
of
American multinational technology company that specializes in
okay,
internet.
we're good.
Stop.
We're good. We don't need to go any further.
So I assume Khalees and Fiora meet them at the end.
Yes.
Wait, so you mean you can ask this thing questions and it'll answer it, and nobody has to die or bleed?
Yes.
Yeah,
What
well,
in
actually,
Depends
many
on-
people have died and bled.
For that device, yes.
But I mean, like specifically for like that
Depends on the information you're looking for.
How many hundreds have died to make this phone?
Millions.
Well, you don't want to know.
You really don't want to know the
Don't
answer to
wanna
that.
know.
Level one.
Ah, tennis. Good to see you. Good to see you as well, Charles.
His like hands are shaking
All the
slightly
fucking
as he slips it into his
All the
pocket.
ghouls know each other.
Tannis is not a butler.
All of the ghouls know each other.
Tannis is not a ghoul.
No.
Bloodbound.
Oh,
The storyteller made a noise.
Either way, all of them know each other, and they're constantly like, "Man, fuck these vampires."
They all have really
Not
like
your
coffee breaks.
goal.
Not my goal.
Oh, is she connected to like what's her face, Celeste, the fucking owl girl? I'm gonna keep calling her that.
Shyvana?
are you talking about
Yeah.
Shyvana?
I don't remember these people's names. I just know that she turns into an owl like David Bowie.
I just realized that there is a surprising amount of people that share names with League of Legends characters in this campaign.
Well, there's also a surprising amount of League of Legends characters that have names.
It's true.
Aren't there a lot of? There's a
I'm
lot.
Yes.
willing to bet
Okay.
all of them have names.
Look, the only thread that I can
That's the
find
point.
from
There's
Ben's
actually
stuff.
7 that don't. There are 7 that don't. Their name is just the name of their species.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
That's still a name.
Well,
though.
Anyway.
Anyway, League of Legends facts today.
Are
everybody.
you?
If I
learning how to
name my
use your
son
phone
human, he
randomly?
still has a name.
Randy is learning a lot about this modern world.
I
Randy.
see.
I Googled what is the cure to vampirism.
I'm gonna help Mikhail by doing this.
What is the
Man,
cure of vampirism? And fucking Blade shows up.
Yep.
Blade.
It's like links
It's
to
just,
horror
it's just,
films.
it's just clips from Blade.
Oh my god! And then Randy was like,
The-
"I need
the
to find
top-
this Karen girl.
the top
She knows how to
result-
fix it."
The top results that you get from this is a
Karen is
wiki
such an
page
underrated
from
character.
Vampire
No,
Diaries
she was so good.
labeled The Cure. It has absolutely nothing important or anything actually usable. It is just entirely about this idea from a TV show called Vampire Diaries.
Do I realize it's a
Written
TV
by
show?
L.J. Smith.
Make me a wits and technology roll.
Oh.
Technology.
Oh
No. Anyway, going into the car, not entertaining this anymore and much longer anyway. So
1 success.
You're pretty sure this isn't a real thing, whatever this is. Probably a TV show, probably some sort of media.
It was originally a book series, a really long book series in the
Yeah.
1990s.
It's fantasy. It's fake. It's not real.
Now that I have a phone again, I can reach out to some of my contacts and see what I can find out about our mystery address.
Yes.
I Google modern atlas.
This entire episode.
Number of things that added to my Google search list today.
Yeah, you're gonna get such targeted ads now.
Yeah, the top result is a website for a map-based travel guide app.
Oh, okay. So then
download
I click
app?
onto it. I click onto it and download the app, and then I type in Ambervale to see if I can find something.
Just wait till Randuin goes to Google Maps and blows his fucking mind.
Well, I was hoping that Google Maps would pop up when I searched Modern Atlas, but it didn't, so I'm using this.
It actually just uses the Google Maps API.
Just in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
and Matt's completely asleep, and just Matt, my phone knows where I live.
No, but you
So
open
what
it
is
up.
the game plan here, other than playing around with phones?
For
Well,
some of us, that is very important work.
Fair enough.
Yes, I'm going to reach out to my contacts. Khalees is going to reach out to his contacts. From the
We're
sounds of
probably
things.
going to have a meeting somewhere, so more than likely.
Probably.
I
We're
apologize if this is unproductive, but I'm told that this is a tool that can aid us a lot if I actually know how to use it. So I'm
Oh,
trying to figure
no
it out.
worries. I just wanted to make sure that I, well, would be doing something today.
Do you have a way you could reach out and try and gather information about our address?
I do. Also, do you mind if I look over those files that Maximilian had?
Can I ask why, specifically?
Morbid curiosity. If it's a bit too sudden, I understand. You did just meet me, but still, if
No. I'll have Charles send some over.
I don't know why it's so funny. I don't know why it's so funny. It's just like Fiora's just like, you can tell me anything, but I understand that we just met. But please, if you can, tell me anything. But I do understand that we just
I
met.
want
In
to make
fact,
you
you don't
comfortable, but still.
Charles kind of looks over and goes, I believe I could just send some over to Tanis here, and then she'll
Yes,
to Fiora.
I will warn you, Fiora, there are... Maximilian kept thorough records.
He did not
And
stand
his-
out.
And it's pornography. Disgusting.
Oh no.
Probably
Everything
nothing I
the best
can't
it ever
handle.
looked at is printed out in HD.
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. You look at it, it doesn't even make sense.
You know what a Samisi is?
They do the weirdest shit. Have you seen a flesh cube?
There are
I'm
no-
sorry.
You
probably
know
nothing
how
I
much
can't
shaving
handle.
cream you can fit in a shoe?
Screaming.
Okay, well, we're gonna make.
You
some-
ever watch Code Lyoko? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's,
All right.
let's just
We're
go
gonna-
to the thin bloods. Let's just go to the thin
Yeah.
bloods. We're clearly
You know
not
what?
doing anything important.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna take a quick break. This is what we're gonna do.
Alright.
We're gonna take a quick
Okay.
break. We're all
Bye,
losing.
break.
I think go to the thin bloods because clearly we're
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yes. Yeah.
Either way, wide berth, please. That's what Khalees is thinking. Just like
Wide Wide berth. Welcome back, everybody. Before we went on
Hello.
break, we had a great conversation between everybody that evolved into phone antics. And now we're gonna catch up with our lovely Thin Blood as he makes a rendezvous.
our cutest, most handsome redwood tree.
Mhm.
I should take the beautiful perk because why not?
Yeah. Why not?
It's only 6 points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 6 experience points. You should get
Join the
7.
club.
All you gotta do is change up your style, like
Oh,
flick back your hair.
but
He
one of our
has-
conical tenets is already preservation of aesthetics. So I mean, he already has to be keeping that in tow.
He
Oh,
has.
that was our old chronicle, I thought.
Yeah. That was
Oh, yeah, we can always change that if we want.
When Fiora showed up, I did almost say, well, I guess Mikhail's not the hot one anymore.
She does not have the beautiful or stunning feet. She's not supernaturally beautiful.
That means Randuin's the most attractive person in the coterie now.
Look, that's just because you look like Dio, okay?
Random's the hot one. What a fucking zag.
Hell yeah!
Khalees
And you'll
has-
never see my face unless I trust you.
Khalees is beautiful too, so
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. We'll have to make rolls over who's the most beautiful.
It's okay. I just take enough dots to get
Are
stunning.
you
Anyway,
approaching my beauty?
Khalees will give it to you.
Fen, quick question. As I am heading my way downtown, walking fast,
Faces past.
yeah. I'm not homebound because I can't go
Yes,
back
yeah.
to my apartment anymore. But actually, no, I can go to my apartment. Fuck that.
You can go to your apartment. No one's watching you.
No one's
No.
watching me. I'm sure I already did that over the course of the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Is now the time to check the dead drop, or shall I check that after my encounter?
That is up to you. Based on what Nick told you, it seems like it was something to get ready to do in a little while, as in probably a few days.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you could check it. You don't know that you'd likely find anything.
Yeah, that's
Check
okay.
it.
Yeah, if he meant that to be like, hey, check this in a couple days, then he'll check in a couple days. I thought like he had, I guess like I misinterpreted like
No.
the text.
I was also unclear in that text of timelines for that.
Sure. Okay, yeah. So he'll check in a couple days for
Yeah.
that, and then show up to the coder and be like, hey guys, look, I'm not useless.
Fine, I thought you were.
But yeah, he'll head off towards that address. It's, I mean, him hanging out with street wet dwellers is fairly easy for him. It is something that he has done ever since he was a lad. So yeah, he'll look to connect. Hopefully they all won't be like, oh god, you're Elise Camarilla scum, and hate me immediately. Is that address in neutral territory or is that in Anarch
It
territory?
is in neutral territory, towards the Anarch side, though.
Okay.
The Anarch side of neutral territory, but it is in neutral territory. You're able to make your way there pretty easily. It's not in the best part of town when it comes to,
Let's just say neutral territory is not a great part of town anyway.
yeah.
Like,
It's
Look,
neutral territory.
it's his
There's a reason
part
why
of the
nobody
town.
owns it.
Amongst
Nobody
others.
wants to.
Yeah.
It's just an Access Monday to Detroit. That's what it is.
But you're able to find the place pretty easily. It's this nice, it's like a hookah bar on the front.
Nice.
And
Nice.
as you kind of walk in, you see Amber.
it's called Smoky Joe's.
It is Smoky Joe's. And sitting in the front at the bar of Smoky Joe's is Amber, the other thin blood that you met, and during your attempt to retrieve the Anarchs in the previous episode. She kind of stands up as she sees you enter and goes, glad you can make it.
Yeah, I was able to get away for a bit.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt having to keep up with those guys. No, but... Come on, let me show you in the back room. That's where we all hang out.
Sure. And then as they're walking, he kind of leans down, which is probably a fair bit of a ways.
Yeah. She's not very tall, especially considering the fact that you are giant.
He's not giant. He's just tall. But yeah, he'll like lean down and he'll kind of murmur, I don't know if you heard word, but there wasn't anything we could do about Blaze, but we managed to save the others.
Word got back to us. I'm not surprised. But, I mean, the fact that you saved any of them is more than we had hoped for, so...
We had really low expectations of Camarilla.
Mikhail he pauses and goes, I'm not entirely sure why all of that happened, but I suppose there's some
I'm guessing
bit of a...
somebody got jealous or something like that, or guy wanted to vie for some position. All above our heads.
Or some Camarilla member acted outside of their jurisdiction, perhaps.
They aren't mutually exclusive, as they say.
I suppose so. And he's like,
I don't
he's
think. Sorry.
He's like, no, it's just like he's so used to everyone being like the Camarilla is the Bible and this is what you need to follow.
Mm.
So hearing a little bit leeway that's not from Khalees is different for him. But he kind of he procures the jewel pod that Gary gave him. And he'll explain to her how before he met up with her, that he has friends in low places that like to concoct weird things, and that maybe all of their thin blood buddies would love to analyze it because science.
So kind of extend a hand out as you sorry, I have a niece dog vying for my hand. And specifically
Hello,
my hand.
human.
Hello,
Pet
human.
me.
Would like attention, please.
Please pet me.
But she kind of extends a hand out as you go to as you kind of procure the vial, and she goes, "Can I take a little closer look?"
Yes, I haven't had a chance to write down the properties, but I'm gonna hand it over.
Do you care if we do a little sign experiment in the back room? Because I'm sure we could find out together.
That's what I was hoping for.
All right. You say it's some fancy stuff.
Oh, we haven't even gotten high yet. Science experiments. What?
Look, he's stoked to get high again. Okay.
Yeah, you want to try to mix this up with something and see how far we can get from here?
I wouldn't mix it too much. I mean, after all, we should probably see what it does.
Mm-hmm. You don't think it'd be fun?
I mean, I'm sure if. I mean, he kind of like he looks at the pot. He's like, I'm pretty sure that would probably fit in the hookah.
Oh, yeah, probably could. I mean, we break it down a little bit. We could probably make some more of it. We got plenty of stuff in the background. Let me show you. And she kind of leads you through this nice, like, bead, kind of door that she kind of pulls off with one arm to the side, passing you back the jewel with the other. In the back, you see it's a pretty decent-sized room where there's about 3 tables that are, like, the nice, long, like, foldable ones that have just been put out. There's a bunch of, like, chemistry sets strewn everywhere. About 5 or 6 other, obviously thin bloods are just chilling out. One kind of looks up from the doorway and goes, "Oh, hey Amber," and she kind of looks back and goes, "Oh, hey Chris, got a new friend in town."
He kind of just does like a half-hearted cool wave.
Hey, you sticking around or are you
Furiously
heading
making
out?
baking soda volcanoes.
That's all they're doing.
Elephant
Look, this is what happens when you
toothpaste.
mix baking soda and vinegar.
But with blood.
Whoa! I've been in the area for a bit. I suppose I'll be sticking around.
Good to hear it. I'm Chris.
That is also a very important question. How is Chris spelled?
Let's go with KRAS for funsies.
Ooh, I knew one of those in high school. All right.
I knew one. He was a bit of an asshole.
Same. Maybe this Chris won't be an asshole.
I would like him not to be. I don't plan on him being one, so. Okay, let's go. Cool. Well, always love to see another face around here when we can. You affiliate with anyone, or?
He pauses, and he'll say, "Do you want the honest answer or the answer that you're looking for?"
Seeing as I'm looking for the answer of whatever fits your boat, I'm good with whatever. We don't care around here.
Well,
No, that shit matters to us. We're all too low for them to give a fuck anyway.
Mikhail will remember this.
Yeah. The butterfly effect logo goes over. His eyes kind of flutter, and he'll kind of takes a seat, and he says, "Well, I'm involved in a group. I'm not sure if they think I should be there or not. Needless to say, I think that there's some sort of short leash from the prince."
Understandably so. When a prince establishes a coterie, He generally keeps whoever this prince is for you, probably what's her face, Brynhilda, what the fuck. But
Yeah, that's it.
You better not be seeking bad on whatever the fuck's name.
I mean, I know what it is as a person. I'm also playing.
I
a character.
also know what it is. Also, come correct.
But it's what they do. Until they can know to trust you, they keep the leash short, and
That's surprising considering that from another Banu Hakim, they tend to kill us.
Well, yeah, in most cities. I mean, but this prince, from what I've heard, it makes more sense for them to not kill you guys than to kill you guys, because that's all they're gonna get anymore in the Camarilla. Now, any of us are gonna get anymore is Thin Bloods. There's gonna be more of us, because there's only so far you can fall from the tree before the blood wears out.
I suppose so.
And then you got some kindred that are talking about the Great Replacement like some fucking weirdos.
Yeah. I think at that point, Mikhail will kind of try to see if he can gauge how they all feel about their immortality. Like, how are they embraced?
Wits
like
and insight.
wits and insight. Okay. Bop. Bada.
And wages.
Wits and
What's his wages?
That's a 3 successes.
Okay. You kind of get the feeling from, and I would say you kind of mingle around a little more, talk with some more of the kindred. You get a feeling that their feelings of immortality are very mixed. It kind of depends on person to person. Some people love it, some people hate it. Some people are thrilled by the kind of lease on life that some of them have gotten, given based on how they were pre-embrace. Like, Chris had didn't have long to live based on some of his own like medical issues that he had going on before this. So this is better than being human.
Than the alternative.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Was it the sugars?
Was it the sugar?
It was something. He
Was it that key lime pie?
He does not clarify what it is. So.
Oh no, that's totally fine. I don't think Mikhail would pry.
But it varies from kindred to kindred. But some would love to go back to being human. Others much prefer being a thin blood over anything else.
And some want to take the plunge.
And some would love to sink their fangs into somebody, I'm sure.
Yep.
If they don't have baby teeth, like me.
Some
Okay.
do, some don't.
Okay, so getting that perspective, Mikhail would also, because Amber made mention of that, a lot of them cross-compare notes and stuff like that. So
You see
Mikhail
all
would
sorts
kind
of notebooks strewn across these tables, by the way.
just fucking, this is an open read.
Yep. There's notebooks everywhere. Like, they've been there since like they got up type stuff. They've been just working on things. Like, at one point Chris gets called over by somebody who looks very non-binary. And they're asking Chris his opinion on an idea they had for a alchemical production that would allow somebody to travel through the kind of similar way that the Sombra do. And they're trying to pull something like that together. And he gives his advice on it.
Okay. Cool. If they need Lasombra blood, I have that. Thanks, Randuin. I think if Chris comes over and makes mention of it, he'll kind of.
You can definitely overhear it. Nobody's really quiet or trying to like hide anything from each other. Everybody's very open. Here.
Sure. I think just to kind of make the scene like not go on for ages. Yeah. Mikhail can kind of offer, be helpful in that he has his own ideas on what he would like to do. If people will listen, he'll talk about the theory about Golconda and Nod, and how can we take that implement that in a medical scientific way.
Mhm.
And this is kind of like where he's leaning into, and that he's also going to try to see if there is anybody who might be interested in more extreme practices under a watchful eye, because this has to do with Randuin.
Mhm.
He does not want anyone to die under Randuin's,
Mhm.
experimentations. And I think that probably would have been a conversation that Mikhail and Randuin probably would have had.
Yeah.
That if I can find somebody else who's willing to do this, this person isn't going to die, at
Yeah.
least under my watch.
Make me maybe a roll. See how well this goes.
What kind of role?
I would say charisma. I don't think you're trying to really strong arm anybody.
Mm-mm.
I'd say I think persuasion makes the most sense to me.
Sure.
Just trying to convince somebody that is willing to help with these sort of things.
Sure. I want to do a blood surge, because why not? Let's just make myself hungrier. Because I'm already hungry.
Don't like that.
Yeah, I'm hungrier.
All
But hey,
right,
guess what? I have my
hunger
seeds of Gulkada, so I go back down to 3. So fuck you.
Mhm.
So I can go ahead, and because I have 0 blood potency, I have an additional die to add to this.
Mhm.
So that's fun. Charisma, add 1. Okay, I'm gonna spend a point of willpower to see if I can get more successes out of that. I currently have 2.
Okay.
Gonna roll. 3d2.
Hi, buddy. Hello, friend.
And that is another
Hey.
2 successes, so I have a total of 4.
Total of 4. Awesome. You actually, as you kind of you talk about these things, and I say you kind of talk about them intermittently throughout the rest of the conversations that happen, and kind of like everybody talks about stuff. You try to transfer from one topic to another, and you kind of come back to the idea of working on something that makes somebody human again. And they all have kind of heard that, like the rumors at least, that similar to what kind of Khalees has told you. And you find, like, after you kind of talk about this here and there, and you talk about maybe pursuing it a little more actively, because they all kind of are like, you need to do, we'd all need to do a lot of research for that, and they obviously just haven't started on that, so they'd have to take time to do that. After that conversation, Amber approaches you afterwards and goes, "Are you serious about that?"
Yes.
All right.
Very, very.
Being human. And then you have other kindred that are helping you with that?
In theory, yes. Very supportive. Randuin, who's a Tremere, has been very, very kind in teaching me everything that he knows. So I think that
Heck yeah. Yeah,
it's a
I
good
mean,
cross comparison.
I definitely love to help where I can. 'Cause that seems, I don't know, I'd love to go back to my old life, personally. But I know why Chris doesn't, or roughly why Chris doesn't, and why, Jamal doesn't want to either. But,
Yeah. What did you, if you don't mind me asking, what did you lose when everything went to shit?
when everything went to shit. I didn't lose as much as some did. But I lost, I have a little brother who's, now what? It is 20s. He was 10 at the time. I lost my little brother. I lost, my fiance. He didn't make it through the embrace. Somebody else tried to turn him and he didn't make it. And then
His eyes kind of flutter at that. I see.
so those are the big losses, and then obviously your way of life has to change depending on what happens, and I can do some of the human stuff that we used to do, but not all of it. Plus, you got some nice teeth out of this if you're lucky. She kind of pulls her teeth back and shows her fangs, which are not baby fangs like yours, but are full-fledged.
Yeah, he sees that and he goes, I suppose you won the lottery on that. And he kind of moves his lips off to the side enough to kind of show that he just looks human. It's stupid.
He's got the baby fangs, and she goes, yeah, well, at least I don't have to, I can drink easier, I guess.
I guess, I suppose there's some perks in being associated with a group, but if you want to help, and kind of he pauses, I'd like to bring you to the laboratory so we can kind of go over some things. I just need to make sure that his eyes roll, that they're going to be okay with that.
Of course. I'm not really, I technically work with anarchs, but I'm not really under a baron or anything. So, if that's a problem for them, we can work something out.
It might have been before, but I'm not sure now, but can always figure it out. But why don't we just have some modicum of fun? And he offers the pod back out to her.
She picks up and goes, I've been eyeing this for a while now, so let's get to it. Do you want to make for me a roll? Which Amber will help.
What am I doing?
I would say intelligence or wits and science. Does that seem to make the most sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, intelligence and science. No, not manipulation. That would be a bad. Whoa, okay, that's 5 successes.
Ooh, wow.
Nice. And then let's see. Awesome. And she's going to contribute 3 of her own. So, you guys are just looking to see what this thing is made out of, right?
I guess to start, but I think between Mikhail explaining how, he was a user before he was, embraced and stuff like that, that I'm pretty sure between that and how Amber's like, you want to try it, right?
Yeah, of course. She's still pressuring you to do that. But...
Yeah, I'm sure
Peer pressure.
I'm sure that all of them want to fucking fuck around and mess with the. I imagine this thing as a Tide Pod, honestly.
Yeah, it's just a small vial of sorts, but you're able to make it in such a way where you can mix it with blood and have it be something that actually gives a good drug high effect. So do you guys pour it out into some nice clean, obviously from IKEA glasses that this bar owns? That Jamal
it has
brings
a
in from the
ridiculous
back.
name.
Yeah, the smoky
The
has
Klug Scorf.
yeah, some ridiculous name on the bottom of them. No real logo otherwise on it or insignia of any kind.
Sure.
And then, Amber kind of pours out this concoction into a few glasses for everyone that's still there. She kind of raises the glass to you. To the future.
Perhaps to all of our futures that wanted. And he'll clink.
Yep. And everybody will clink with you as well. Now I need to have you make me.
Oh God.
I think a resolve in medicine check makes the most sense.
Resolve in medicine? Okay.
Yeah.
Thankfully it resolves my best stat.
Nope, no more.
But that's 4 successes.
4 successes. The drug, for someone that hasn't visited the realm of drug use in a while, it's one of those nice to be back kind of experiences. It doesn't hit too hard, but it hits...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It's-
Trigger warning: drug use.
Yeah, trigger warning drug use. Excuse me. I
Oh,
apologize
For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
Mikhail was a drug addict, or was a heroin addict specifically, before he was embraced. Because his sire thought it'd be fun to OD him.
I think that part was the accident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it was
the
an accident.
The OD part was the accident. The drug use was.
Too bad we can't ask her.
I mean,
we technically could ask River. River might know.
yeah.
I'd have to find River then.
It's not-
River's is in Bulgaria right now.
Yeah. Or Prague, you know.
Prague, yeah. She's on her way.
They're on their way to Prague.
Yeah.
But it's a nice high. And you see it hits everybody else kind of differently, but for the most part, everybody is feeling it in a good way.
Okay. Is there anything that I can kind of deduce? Because Gary gassed this up to be this fucking new cosmetic drug. And I want to know if I can use it in my alchemical nonsense.
You probably could if you could recreate it, which you can. You just would need the parts to do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he did tell me.
Yeah.
To tell me the parts.
Yeah, you the parts. It matches up with what you ended up breaking apart in part of it when you're making it into something that you could actually use as a kindred.
Sure.
It is also something that if you recreate, if you want to, you could share that with others, both thin blood and otherwise.
So are you saying that it would work on regular kindred as well?
It has the possibility.
Oh, that is going to be highly marketable to a certain Ventrue in the future.
Venture leans in. Money?
I'm sorry. Did you
I saw
trademark
an
that?
opportunity in your pocket. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
You seem to have a lot of weight in your pocket.
Okay, so so he'll do that. He'll enjoy that. If I can get that Oblivion skill, I will help them with that. Especially considering that I have the because I have the little black book. It helps me research any formulas at half the speed.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is something that is already being worked on, if I can kind of
Help speed it up.
Yep.
With
not all of Miriam's blood. Obviously, he wants to keep some of that because he's weird.
Sure. Okay.
And if that would
Chris is just like, whatever floats your boat, man. I totally get
they
it.
don't know how you got Alessambra's blood, man, but I mean that's super helpful.
Nobody asks where you got the blood, but they will use it in their alchemical potion. It'll probably take another, night of something similar to this to fully finalize it into something that's usable. But you definitely you make great progress on it, especially with the blood from Alessandra.
Cool. I get social points all around, right?
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
Awesome.
You make good friends.
I made new friends.
All right. Enough.
And Amber might come back and help with more of the intense stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. That's what I do, and I guess once he's done and he has a good time and it's really late in the night, probably he's gonna text everybody else being like, he'll text Khalees and he'll say,
What's up, bruh?
I'm a little hungry. Where are you? Because obviously Khalees has access to the farm.
I've got the munchies. What's up?
Khalees
I got
is your
the
munchies dealer.
Like, can I get those noms?
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any lobotomites in the farm?
You have some serious blood noms right now. Not putting a meta thought point in Khalees' head or anything like that to be a goose, but just Khalees gets a text.
Khalees will
And
say,
you guys are
it
doing
looks
whatever.
like Mikhail is finished and perhaps is getting a bit peckish, so I believe I will
You guys have never seen him feed from anybody, period. I will say that.
Wait,
We just met.
Except for Miss Blondie.
has Mikhail never eaten before?
Mikhail's hunger has been tapered through sheer willpower alone.
That's interesting.
Kind of
That is-
impressive.
More
All
I
right.
suppose we all
More
get hungry
stuff.
eventually.
more stubborn than anything. But
He is a Taurus.
Don't do this.
I will let him know to meet me at the farm later tonight. It'll take him a while to get up there, and I will meet him there as well.
Well, I will
Alright.
go ahead and pour through those files and see what I can dig up with my contacts.
Yes.
If y'all don't mind.
I'll be doing much the same.
Randuin's
And,
going to get out his phone and he's going to start texting Mikhail.
Mikhail, I got a new phone.
Holy shit! I can't figure
Unicorn emoji!
No. Here's how it is. Hey, I got a new phone. How are you? I'm good. Are you good? Are you really hungry? It's never one message.
I love it.
I think at one point he probably gets one of those like talking emojis, and it's just like, what? What's this? Whoa!
Wait, it'll talk
So-
for me?
So I'm not using the keyboard. I hit the wrong button and did that thing where you have to actually like draw out the word with your finger, and I'm like, hey, question mark.
You use fucking slide keys.
Yep.
I love it.
As you guys are wrapping up your evening, Matt, you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize.
Hello,
Hey, Matt.
where are you?
Can't tell you that. I know.
You didn't say goodbye.
Couldn't in the moment. It was. Didn't have the time.
I was trying to give you space.
I know.
Are you coming back?
Not for a while. I gotta look into a few things. And, you probably won't be able to reach me at this number either.
I wasn't betting on it. They sent us a PR manager.
It's not the worst thing.
It's not you.
I... I'll see you later, okay? I'm okay. And, don't tell anyone I called. The less people know about anything I'm doing right now, it's probably for the best.
River. If I'm not here when you get back, I'm sorry. The last few months have been so hard.
Don't apologize. It's okay. I'm sorry too. Haven't been the easiest to be around.
Yeah, that's another thing we have in common. Be safe.
I was just about to say the same for you. Goodbye,
I'll
Matt.
talk.
What was that?
Goodbye, Matt. And the call ends.
Matt like winds up to throw his phone, and he's like,
No.
This costs $699.
Ace, if you can't play nice, I'll have to kick you out of the room.
How far away is Matt's room from the rest of ours?
With the exception of Fiora's room, the rooms aren't that far apart. They're all kind of in a hallway on the basement. It's the one kind of section of the basement that's not just solid cement. And the walls are decently thick. They're made out of cement as well, so they're not the thinnest in the world.
Okay.
I guess it depends on what you're looking for with that.
I'm debating whether I want to listen in on that or not using heightened senses, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Sorry, I wanted to try and use the ability once today, because I just got it.
Heightened senses is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
But, no.
And then, after that scene, Khalees, you go to meet Mikhail at the farm.
Yes.
Mikhail, how are you getting to the farm?
Uber.
I have a car,
Oh yeah, that's true.
You are also high.
so I have driven under worse circumstances.
Time to make some rolls.
I will sweet talk the cops if they stop me.
Can I get
See you now.
a stamina and drive, please?
Stamina and drive. Okay.
Trying to hold yourself together as you are driving this car.
Okay. That's one success. Do we need more?
Nah, I think it'll be okay. It'll be enough to at least get you there, mostly in one piece.
That's fine. It's a
We
sedan.
will say you do end up parking like in between two different spots at the farm. And Khalees, when you and Duke make your appearance, you see a car horrifically parked in the makeshift parking lot that is part of the farm.
Mikhail falls out of the car. Cabo!
No, it's fine.
I do not believe that your car is that big.
I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, it's a Pontiac. He gestures to the car. It's like a Sunfire, just to make an excuse for how wide it is.
Come down. Let's go take care of your.
Did you guys find out anything? As he kind of leans over to where you are.
Not yet, no.
No?
I'm sure everybody's doing their individual things, and I still have to get a hold of my clan mates.
Oh. Sorry, I thought maybe you all would have, I guess, done that already.
In due time, everything happens in its due time.
Oh.
Sort of like you getting hungry.
He blinks at that and he's like, yes, I really wanted to, make a good impression.
With
You know?
your new friends,
Mhm. He nods.
do you feel like you made a good impression?
I think so.
Good.
They're
You can
all-
always use more allies.
He nods and he follows after you and he goes, yes, a lot of them are looking into replicating other disciplines and whatnot, and I really want to help them. And Amber, the girl that we met the night prior, she's interested in perhaps helping with Randuin's endeavors, under supervision, of course. But do you think Matt will let her come to the Haven?
I don't think that Matt is as
Hello,
discriminatory of thin bloods as the rest of the Camarilla is.
I wasn't worried so much about that, but more so working with Anarchs but not being an Anarch.
We'll just say that she's not an anarch.
I like that idea, yes. He nods a bit.
She's just your friend.
Write that down, write that down, write that down.
He nods at that, and he's like, yes, I don't want anything to happen to her. She wants to be human again, too. She has a brother, and he will prattle on about her life unless you stop him.
He's gonna let him prattle while easing him to take a seat in the regular office. You know,
You set the redwood down.
Right. So this is your first time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, outside of tasting chocolate milk,
I won't ask.
it was don't. He just shakes his head.
I won't ask. This is different, of course.
Mm.
We have a catalogue of types.
Kind of like he makes a face at that. I'm not fond of that, but
We have a catalogue of types, things that people that you might be interested in.
he's like staring off at a corner somewhere. He's not thrilled with the idea.
Blondes, brunettes, redheads, artists, musicians, lots of different types.
I'm not like what Chris described adventure as. I don't have a taste.
Everybody has a taste. Everybody has a type.
I don't think I have one.
For example,
Like Gwen liked literally blood and chocolate milk.
for example. And Khalees will lean on the desk. When I feed, oftentimes there is a sort of intimacy that's involved.
A rapport that just happens to be sexy. Are you following?
I'm assuming, Fen, that Mikhail can kind of remember the moments maybe with Lorem, or is all of that a blur?
You remember the feelings. I wouldn't say maybe the actual visual representations or really much outside of it, but you know the emotions that were present then, and the way you felt, Mikhail, as you were on the
Receiving end, sure.
Well, giving end, I think is technically how that would work, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
I prefer it that way because the person that I feed from takes some enjoyment from it, and I get sustenance from it. That is my type.
He kind of like he's like looking off to the side a little bit, and he'll say, I barely remember feelings when my sire used me as a continuous blood bag. It felt nice, I suppose, at the time, but... And he kind of like, he pulls up his lip. I don't think I can do that. And
No,
you'll just see...
You'd have to probably use some tools. Now,
It's called phlebotomy.
right, so everybody has a type, something that you prefer. You obviously do not like it this way. And you have not tried bagged yet. You have not tried animals yet. You haven't tried anything yet.
I would never drink from something like a cat. It's horrible.
Some kindred do.
He looks like shocked, and please don't tell him that Viz prefers animals.
Some kindred do. Now, if you feel that you need to take some time to discover your type, to discover your kind, your preference, we can always come up with an arrangement.
Don't tell me you're going to give me some sort of wine fleet to try. Look, I've noticed that I've been getting hungrier and I just want it gone.
There's a way, and I think that this would actually help you. Because I feel that you and me are the same in some regards.
How so?
I believe that you feel that certain beings deserve punishment for the transgressions that they do. And if you had the opportunity to see them face to face, that you would have to resist the temptation to tear them apart. My fear is that when you see Joza, you will not be able to control yourself.
I will say, like, immediately you see his pupils turn to pinpricks. And like, I mean, like the rest of his expression doesn't really change, but you see like that kind of shift.
I believe that the moment you see Joza, you're not going to be able to control yourself and you're going to want to attack him. And unfortunately, in the state that you are right now, he very well may wipe the floor with you.
Again.
So I'm proposing to you a compromise. Somebody needs to tug on you a little bit to prevent you from doing such a thing. A little extra pull, a little extra security.
Like a conscience?
Yes.
Please.
To prevent you from acting out and killing yourself unnecessarily.
You're talking about blood bonds.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't think I could make blood bonds with people.
No, it would be the other way around.
He blinks slowly at that. And how can I... He tries to like straighten up a little bit in his seat because I'm assuming he was slouching. How can I trust that you're not going to tell me to do something that I wouldn't do?
The things that you want to do are things I want to see you do. Save for possibly attacking Joza before you're ready.
She told me to get stronger before I could do that.
And that's what I would like you to do. And remember, I'd like to see you see this cure through.
So you're not going to stop me from trying to do this cure at all?
I've already said I am not against what you want to do.
Yes, you want to see connect Gehenna and all that.
Yes, I would like to see what would happen.
I don't want to see the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
I just want to help.
It's the end of Kindred.
That's what that is.
What is the end of Kindred?
A cure.
Perhaps.
Something tied to the daughter of Eve. I don't know prophecies, but it's what the Book of Nod says.
With that in mind, I'm not going to make you do things that you don't want to do. I'm only going to protect you.
Just for the sake of rolls here, because I know everyone in the coterie is making ooh face. Can I roll an insight on this?
You certainly can. Wits and insight, I believe, is probably the one that makes most sense.
Cool. Wits. Insight.
Elise, are you hiding anything?
What would I be hiding?
That's 3 successes.
I don't know. What would you be hiding?
Fucking hell.
Elise?
He's rolling shit hot tonight.
What would I be hiding? As far as presuming that you're not going to do anything else that I think would be not beneficial to the coterie, Khalees is probably going to let you do whatever you want.
Lisa's
And-
also kind of playing it down quite a bit. like the severity of this decision?
I mean, I think Mikhail understands what a blood bond is, considering that what a blood bond did to Lorum, what a blood bond did to Theo and stuff like that. I think like he understands where it can be used in a way where it takes advantage of a person. But I think in regards to, say, like Matt, once they consumed Maximilian, they said, let him do whatever he wants, and then he's going to break that blood bond anyway. And as Mikhail having knowledge of the Book of Nod, he knows how to break a blood bond anyway.
It's a safety measure. And you will be able to feed. With my consent.
That's the biggest thing. He's a consensualist, by the way. I don't think that the people here can really give willingly, if that makes sense.
That's up for your interpretation.
All right. Just as long as it just has to do with keeping me from doing something stupid with Jozo.
And that's what I will keep you from doing.
He kind of like looks down at your wrist and then looks back up at you.
Customer's choice.
He kind of like, again, like gestures to his mouth. He's like, what do you want me to do? I can't use my, I mean, I guess I could use my rings to cut something, but it doesn't matter. Just pick a place. He looks like he's instantly overwhelmed by the idea of feeding.
Just do what comes natural. You need to learn.
Has Khalees done something bad?
What?
Khalees hasn't done anything bad that deserves punishment, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
Okay, good. Then he won't act out of the pain.
No.
There is a lot of history behind Khalees. You don't know.
You
Yeah, he
don't
doesn't
know a lot of
know.
the things Khalees has done. To be fair, there's been a good 200 and some odd years of life here.
Yeah, maybe I'll mind meld with the person you fucking slurped up at some point. But yeah, he'll I guess give into quote unquote instinct. Again, he doesn't really have fangs, so it's not like he can bite you.
It's whatever's natural, honestly.
He'll try to take from the
Take a
wrist.
knife and let's go at it.
Yeah, he'll I'm sure he has a pocket knife,
We
and
won't
he'll
belabor it though.
yeah, he'll go and do whatever. Rose, your blood bitch. give me nummies.
Okay, well if you describe it like that, we're not doing this anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry. Rouse the blood, because
You
to give me
killed
the
it.
vitae.
You killed it.
I imagine in Mikhail's high state going, give me nummies, and then Khalees
No,
going,
he's not gonna. No,
Khalees
he
is
would
going,
not-
I've made a grave mistake.
No, Mikhail's a 32-year-old man. He would not say that.
You're right. Nom nom.
God damn it.
I have failed to rouse my blood, so I'm a little bit hungrier as I feed, as I provide whatever sustenance.
Okay. Can I take myself down to Juan?
You can.
Isn't that drinking deeply?
It is drinking deeply. If you
It
will
is.
allow him to, you will take, I believe, a point of superficial damage
You'll get that back next
And I'll get that back anyway.
Yeah.
next day anyway.
per hunger slaked past 1, if I remember correctly.
And now there's one Phoenix Wright chain attached to him. He needs 2 more before he's fucked.
Yep.
There you go. So that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
FTD, fade to black, bitches.
Mm-hmm. I think it's on that note that we wrap up tonight's episode.
Ooh.
Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for playing with us, for the 5 of you around me. Want to go through real quick, introduce who we were, where we can find you on the internet. We'll start with Caleb. Go around backwards over.
My name is Caleb Wade of Carnivento Presents and Go of the Phoenix. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CalebIsBlock. You can find me here every other Sunday playing Quiet, our Things in the Flood game. You can also see me 2 weeks from now on January 8th when we return to Haven Rock, the Buffy RPG campaign that I run.
You're returning on the 8th?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because holidays.
Yeah.
I played Fiora Valentine, our new Ventru, and we'll just see how she just fits into this coterie.
All right.
Like Martha Stewart.
By the way, can I see that one thing? I mean, I understand we haven't met for very long, but like, could I see that? Could I just?
I understand your hesitation, but if I could.
I have that information that you killed your friend for. Like, I know you like.
It would truly benefit us all if you just gave me that information.
Julian.
Hi, I am Julian, one half of Jacqueline Hare, and I have played Mikhail, who made friends in bad life choices, but just speak out of character from out of the scene. This is something that Jesse and I kind of talk back and forth on, and that because Mikhail has an actual clan bean, which is the Banu Hakim, if he were to see Joser on site, he would be an idiot and try to rip his throat out and then probably get destroyed. So this is
probably, I mean,
as a thin blood, he's not very strong. He's strong in the brain and the talking, but not in the punching.
Sometimes that muscle, the brain is strongest muscle, best muscle.
That does not trump blood muscle, though.
No, but he hasn't learned enough blood muscle yet to trump Joser. So this is a way to kind of keep him from getting the character killed, essentially. So if anything, that's something that everybody can talk about at character later. But you can find me on various places here on every Sunday, whether if it's with our Quiet Things from the Flood campaign or for this game. You can also find us over at Jacqueline Hare. Tomorrow we have On Gilded Tides, our 5e pirate adventure, which is going to be ending quite soon. My character, my Hexblade Warlock, finally got to meet his previous incarnate's wife. And she's about to peace out and die, so it's gonna be super dramatic and shit. So
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He's totally gonna be fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
I waited 2,000 years to see you again. Oh, you're gonna die? Great. So tune in to see that drama and us take down a Leshy and a Nightwalker at the same time. You can also catch me not this Friday, but Jesse will talk about Immortal Odyssey. And then I also run my own VTM Chronicle Vampire ! At the Disco, where the coterie is going to be debating on whether or not they're going to put someone in torpor for a year. So check us out for that, because blood bonds are serious. And in this coterie, everyone is going to force everyone into torpor so that they don't have blood bonds anymore.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah.
When can I play the Abomination?
When we can figure out how we can get your character to work. But Fen, honestly, whenever you want to guest, I have a good plot point for you to join.
Okay.
Because our Jameer has done nothing with our werewolf.
Okay. I have because I think there's a way to work his character pretty easily within the 5e realm.
Mm-hmm.
It would just take a couple things changing. So
yeah, we would just have to kind of just switch things out and make sure that the character is functional. And then I know that you run Haven Rock on Fridays, so it would just be a matter of whether or not we can do some.
I don't run Haven Rock. I'm not in Haven.
I run Haven Rock on Friday.
Caleb runs Haven
Oh, okay. It's okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't sure if you
my
were doing
game.
I know I know that you're running it, Caleb, but I thought that Fen was doing the production.
I was
side
not
of
doing.
things.
I purposely made this in such a way that I did not have to if I was not able to.
Oh,
So
okay.
the show could go
okay.
on. So I've
Show
put
can
everything
go
together
on.
in such a way where Caleb can manage it on his own if I
Okay.
am unable to be there in person.
Okay. Let's say this.
Technical snafus have been a running joke, but it's fine.
It happens in
it
every
happens to
game.
everybody in every game.
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
No, we laugh
Definitely-
about it. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best way you can take it.
Definitely not the next session, but maybe the session after that.
Okay.
We'll
Whenever it works out for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
we'll figure it out. Okay, cool.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I just really want to hang out with you guys, and I miss you guys.
Yay.
You know, we have fun at our channel, so.
We do. Shane?
Hello, I am Shane, also known as Marine of One, and you can find me all over the internet, but not for now apparently, because like holiday season puts a brakes on a lot of things. But I have a Parslings campaign that coming the new year may or may not be resuming. I guess I didn't know it was up in the air, but apparently it is.
So this is news to me. What happened?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
no.
I know that some people are debating whether or not they want to step out, and if too many people step out, I'm just going to say that that's the end of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But they haven't given me a straight answer, and therefore I don't have one.
Okay, gotcha. I thought it was just not Bram. Glenn, yes.
Glenn is the only one who is for sure stepping out. The
Gotcha.
other ones are like, maybe. But then on Tuesdays, I'm not sure. I'll have to play it by ear whether we're continuing throughout the rest of this year. I think we're gonna have it probably at least one more session, but I don't know. For the Tuesday Paths campaigns, I'd like to keep them going if I can, but I understand that right now is a really busy time, so I'm gonna have to touch base with people. Anyway.
Honestly, I think that out of all the players, I think the only one that might be doing something is Andromeda, but I think we're Gucci. Jesse and I don't have lives. We can't leave our
Is it
home.
not having a life if you do something like every single day? It's just that you don't have to go places to do those things. I don't
Our
know.
social life
Big
is
brain.
our social life is inextricably connected to the internet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Same though.
yeah.
So it's like I'm hanging out with friends.
And
This is
then
the future
Here we
streamers
are.
want.
Yeah.
we also do not currently we do not currently, but I normally have a show on Guild of the Phoenix that's on Thursdays that I'm a part of, which is Parsling's
Oh.
Overture, and then inversely another secret special thing that might be coming out next year, but we don't know. Probably. And I swear I'm forgetting it. Oh, and then like all the days that I'm not doing those things, I'm streaming on my own channel, Marine of One.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Hey, Nate.
Neat. I am Nathan. You can find me at Batmango307 on Twitter. And
the fur card. I'm sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. And you can also find me at Batmango307 Plays on Twitch, where I am putting together this stuff to start streaming. Meow, 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 meow.
Heck yeah.
Which also actually currently has a hold on it because the holidays are stressful.
New year, new stream. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I wanted to stream for International Minecraft Day.
Wait, that's
But-
a thing?
Yeah, it was this week.
Wait, it was an entire week, but it was called. Okay.
It was, I don't remember what day. I think it was like Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday, but there was other stuff going on that day too.
That's
so-
pretty cool. I started playing Minecraft again recently just because I like it.
I
Yeah.
just finished the first version of a mod pack that I built.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah, and I'm a game designer and I'm working on a couple new things to be releasing next year. And that's currently about it.
Heck yeah. And last but not least, Jesse.
You know that's not true because there's one more person that has
It's
to go
still
after
you,
me.
Brenda.
There's the hearts for Finn.
What? No.
I'll make sure I go very quick because
Obviously, we need to hear everything that Fen says
Oh no, go
with rapt attention. My name is Jesse. I'm the other half of Jacqueline Hare. I play Khalees, who should not be trusted. See, I said it for a reason. At the beginning of the class.
He's fine.
At the beginning of the game. I run games on Jacqueline Hare, but I also participate in other games. Specifically, I run the Immortal Odyssey, which is a second edition Scion game, storyteller system where the characters are children of gods making their own paths towards godhood, and they recently just got out of Helheim, the tutorial level underworld, I decided.
Yeah, it was very easy.
If they go to any other underworlds, it will not be as easy.
Want to go to Yomi? Let's fucking go. I want to shake hands with Izanami.
We do not want to go to an underworld. We do not want to make that a habit, but we did have to go in this situation just because it just sounded cool. Anyway, they just left, so there's going to be more stuff happening. Maybe they're going to be going on a rival adventure against Hercules, perhaps.
Fucking Chad.
What?
Or, oh yeah, Kiva or Hercules challenged Kiva to a battle, essentially to see who can do 3 of the tasks the fastest, because Hercules really wants to kill Kiva, because Kiva is, well, capture Kiva, because Kiva is the reincarnation of Cerberus. And one of the tasks that Hercules had to do was kidnap Cerberus.
Does Kiva like cake?
I'm sure Kiva loves cake.
I'm sure Kiva loves cake. So that might happen, or we might steal a priceless artifact from a museum.
That's not going to be the Mona Lisa.
And bring it back to its rightful owners. That also might happen. And eventually we're going to have a Wild West train adventure.
With the boys.
With the boys.
That boy is crazy, I promise.
He is.
So those are things to look forward to if you want to watch it. But I'm also here, so look out for that. Anyway, Fen's turn.
Hi, everybody. My name is Fen. I've been your storyteller this evening for Shadows Embrace. Thank you all very much for watching once again, because I just appreciate it. You can check us out on the interwebs at Guild of Phoenix by any social stuff. You can check me out at Fanaccini. I do all sorts of my own stuff at the same time. We got a bunch of shows here. I think we're taking a little bit of a hiatus on a couple of them for the New Year's. I think we have one more episode of Quiet before that also goes on a bit of a break. I don't know if we're doing something else in the meantime or what's going on with that, but we have one more episode of Quiet, and then we'll see where we go from there. We have a few more episodes of this. I say, looking at everybody around here, seeing how long we want to keep doing this. No. Sundays are both Quiet or something new, and Shadows Embrace Fridays, not this coming Friday or the Friday after, but on January 8th, like our lovely game master of that game, or director as they call it, Caleb has said...
Director.
Director.
Yeah.
Fancy.
It's because it's based off of a
Director,
series.
showrunner.
Yeah.
TV show. It makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but Caleb and the lovely show Haven Rock is all coming back on January 8th and continuing on for a bunch more time after that, because you guys are only a few weeks into that, right? So,
Yeah, it's going to be episode 5 of 13.
Nice. So, we have that coming out back on Fridays in the new year.
We haven't been renewed for season 2, but if you want to show support on social media,
Do it.
we have a couple other things in the works. I won't tease them too much just yet. I got a personal project that I'm bringing to the guild here once I get it spooled up, on top of a new show for Thursdays until we get back onto the Overture train. So I got a couple of things in the works that I will disclose when I get more information on it. Probably won't start till the new year, but I'll probably be rolling out a bit of a test bed thing for a few of my people that I know in real life and on the internet to say, hey, is this something that people would actually like? So stuff is in the works, as I say. But I'll stop droning on about what we've been doing here over at the guild, or I've been doing /we. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you all next Sunday, I believe, for Quiet. I'll verify that, and you can find us if you want to stay up to date with us on the internets. Check us out on Guild of Phoenix at Guild of Phoenix on Twitter, and that's where you'll find the latest updates for us and what we're doing show-wise. Until then, thank you very much for watching once again, and we'll see you all very soon.
Follow us or punch you. Follow
We'll
us.
punch you in the throat.
Follow us.
Apparently, apparently there is various physical harm threats being thrown at to our chat.
I'm just saying what Philip DeFranco says.
That's something that Philip DeFranco says. Okay. Lost trailers.
No,